Ready.
It's Madden NFL 23, and we've got a much-anticipated rematch of last year's NFC title game. It's the 49ers and the Eagles under the lights on Thursday night.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
Entering play call screen.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment.
Play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. Red option is selected. Square button. Circle button. Circle button. Cross button.
Now a first down throw. McNabb. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go.
Cross button.
Takes it to about the 37.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know they're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Cross button. Triangle button.
Now it's McNabb.
Triangle button. Square button.
And he's got his man on the out route. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Entering play. Curl flat. AHB stretch. Curl flat. RPO zone Q. Curl flat.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
R1 button. Circle button. Cross button. Circle button. Triangle button.
Here's McNabb.
R1 button. Cross button.
Sideline throw, it's complete.
Enter
and a nice job there.
Go. Enter. In. Call timeout. Instant replay. Entering franchise. Entering play call.
Inbound.
Coach suggestions. There are 9
Second down at 4.
categories. You have 30 options. Zone fit jet is selected.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Square button. R1 button.
McNabb.
R1 button. Cross button.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by their left-handed quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. Only a couple there, so he'll be brought down about the 28. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on third down.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football.
Enter options. Pop-up menu. You have 2 options. Set. Entering set. Stats. Coaching. Pop-up menu. You have 3 options. Stats. Resume. Entering play call.
Is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll rumble for about 5, close to the 40. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try to throw now. Young. Buying time to his left. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now to these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off. It made him try and pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Fourth down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10.
Inside zones play selected.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
R1 button. Cross button.
Now McNabb.
Triangle button. Square button.
And his throw's going to be
Entering
incomplete.
play call.
He came
Coach
through well with a nice pass
suggestions.
breakup there.
Categories
Fortunate that he was on the
predictions
spot.
are
He's the only guy
favorable
left to prevent the
selected.
first down.
Square button.
McNabb to throw.
Square button.
And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. That's his first catch of the game and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
Coach suggestions. Error 9. Take your turn. AHP stretch.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Triangle button. Cross button. Cross button.
To throw, McNabb. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take over here up near the 40. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
And Young's throw there incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle. It's tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. McCaffrey on the counter. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now we get to see the punter, Corliss Waitman.
Circle button.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he gets us up past the 30 to the 32. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. With fingers crossed here, first quarter of a new season, already an injury. Well, they attend to him. We'll step aside.
Entering play call. Coach Suggestions. Puck crossers. AHP base. Spacing switch. While spacing switch.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Square button. Square button.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They got 29 yards that time.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Enter instant replay. Entering franchise. Entering play. Y-stick. AHB stretch.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Back to throw here. They'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McNabb. He finds his tight end Goddard. That's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up for the 1st and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Entering play call, special teams, OS exceptions, kickoff left is selected.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
There are 7 categories.
Young to throw it. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That sack courtesy of the effort of Haason Reddick.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 7 categories.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Young. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up there? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, you know, the 0 for 4 range, that can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back, even with just one throw. I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Here's Corliss Waitman now. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away.
Circle button.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Entering play call, recent plays. There are 9 categories. You have 9 options. Flush is selected. Triangle button. Triangle button. R1 button.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Square button.
This is Smith with a grab. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Second down, McNabb. He's got Smith here. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, McNabb. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Entering play call, mesh.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Circle button.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Circle button. Triangle button. Cross button. Circle button. Cross button.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30. 10. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Hands it off out of the gun. A solid stiff arm. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. McNabb's throw complete there to Smith. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Holding offense.
So they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. You're just going to pick up a holding call.
McNabb's throw there taken in by Smith. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. And this one complete to Smith. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Entering play call, recent plays, there are 9 categories. Inside zone.
From the 32 now, here's
Square
first
button.
and 10.
R1 button. Square button. Triangle button.
They'll set up to throw.
Square button.
Complete to Jones. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. He ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us ended with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to stop the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Your first play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now Young. Completes it to Samuel. 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. 49ers. Deebo Samuel. Fine work there on the touchdown run as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith. He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
That doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far he's north of 100 yards receiving. 68 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in his first half. To throw on 2nd, McNabb. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers receivers in certain situations.
For
A guy of his size,
categories,
can't really hide him. But the
options,
tight end drag route,
selected.
definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first
Cross
down.
button.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Entering play call, recent plays. There are 9 categories. You have 9 options. Inside zone is selected. Triangle
Now a first
button.
down throw.
Triangle
McNabb
button. Square button.
firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Entering
And he'll
play
be
call.
taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
R1 button.
Now it's McNabb.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Entering play call. Recent plays. Tavern.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this
Cross
off.
button.
And he's able to break out of one tackle,
Entering
but then
play
quickly
call.
brought
Recent
down.
plays. There are 9 categories. You have 9 options. Inside zone is selected. Triangle button.
Out of the gun,
Triangle
McNabb.
button. Square button.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Tavern is selected.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the
Entering play
9-yard
call.
line.
Recent plays.
Give him a
There are
couple
9
on the carry there.
categories.
2nd and 8.
9 actions. Inside zone is selected. Triangle button.
McNabb.
Triangle button. Square button.
He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Eagles are once again back in front. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. A little bit of flip the script. Quarter 1, they struggled. Quarter 2 here, they put things together. And I guess sometimes, Charles, you just come out and you have to get your feet underneath you in a ball game, right?
That's exactly right, because every now and then, you don't come out of the gate as fast or as strong as you want to. Sometimes you have to ramp up into it or take a few hits along the way and figure it out. And that's what they've done so far. Slow start, but now they're starting to put it together.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Young. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Young now. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Young from the shotgun. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Kaiser White. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He already with a couple of touchdown throws in this first half as his guys start first and 10.
There are 9 categories. You have 9 options. Dagger is selected.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle there to bring him down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he works it across the 25.
Entering France. Call to now is
tackle. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Entering play call. Reese Dagger.
On first down, it's McNabb.
Square button.
Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end.
Entering play
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down.
9 options. Dagger is selected. Entering France. Call to now is selected.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Entering play call. Recent plays. There are 9 categories.
Working with a second and 3.
Options. Dagger is selected.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as they'll square off with the New Orleans Saints. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well, one being over in Arlington, where it'll be America's team, the Cowboys, taking on the New England Patriots. And then finally a good one on Sunday night between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Throw it short, throw it mid. Run inside. Run outside. Defend short, defend medium pass.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still in it.
Entering franchise screen, you have 7 options. Resume is selected.
folks. We welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, it resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Ready, go.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Circle button.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 113 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
AHP base, slants, level sail.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Triangle
Here's
button.
McNabb.
Circle button. R1 button.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
Entering play call.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
9 categories. You hit predictions. HP dive is selected.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Holding. Offense.
Entering play
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
From the gun, here's McNabb. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. McNabb to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Triangle button.
Now McNabb.
Square button.
Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Red option.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down. To throw, McNabb. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here.
And he will take this one in for the Eagle touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Entering play call, special teams, and exceptions, kickoff left is selected.
after the touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10.
LB Blitzman.
Ready.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Young will set to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete.
Entering play
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards that time.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 44-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Entering play.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. But that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Off the option, here's McCaffrey. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here we go. Here we go. Check.
4th down, Young. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Eagles defense able to hold.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
Get
right?
your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
R1 button. Circle button. Cross button.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass treat in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Hands it off out of the gun. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Suggestions. There are 9 categories. We have predictions. RPO red. The bull is selected.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter.
Smash. String curl. On plan. Coach suggests double cross. Mesh. Double cross.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
R1 button. Circle button.
He'll drop to throw.
Cross button.
Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. HB zone WK is selected.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Looking to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Cover four quarters.
Now a 1st down throw for Young. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
You gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Young's throw taken in by Samuel.
Entering
It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. To throw, Young. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
He's had success running the football, and this is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
Red option.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. HB1 is selected.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I like that they're staying aggressive on the offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Close up raw, AHP base, level sale. Shock H-Hawk, Smasher, Zone Jet.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. Jet sweep is selected.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Inside zone is selected.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
Cover 4 quarters.
On the set.
First and 10, Young. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense is going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Coach suggestions.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now Young completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up way short of the first at about the 21. It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. Pass is tipped, but he's still able to bring it in. The 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. 79 yards. And the Niners have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you've got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you, someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. To see if he can do it. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
7 yards there and a 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down. Stay in bounds. Keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
You have 30 actions. Inside zone is selected.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
30 options, inside zone is selected.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Inside zone is selected.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Niners down by 10. At time, a huge factor.
Entering play call,
How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Young. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle.
Entering play call.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Young's throw pulled in by Kittle.
And
he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 6 options. HP dive is selected.
It's 2nd and goal. Back to the 8-yard line now. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. And just how they envisioned the start of the season, kneeling it down. Defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like 1 time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They wanted to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. Season officially underway. It was great to be back with you, obviously, but the first game of the year always a special one, and love, I know you do too, love having it on a Thursday night.
Yeah, I think it makes it special, right? It makes it so that everyone is just watching, all eyes on it on a special night like that. I think it's going to be a great season, partner. Can't wait for the next several months. We know there are going to be surprises all the way through the season. And before we know it, we'll be talking about opening up on a Thursday night again next season.
So for the Eagles, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they...
Entering player upgrades screen. Devonta Smith is selected. You have 6 options. Upgrade is selected. Deep threat. Physical. Flame. Deep threat. Slot. Deep threat. Playmaker. Physical. Slot. You have 5 options. Overview is selected. Entering entering franchise hub screen home. Manage roster. Manage team. View. Advanced week is selected. Home you have 2 options. Next week is selected. News. Top stories. Jackson and Edwards 1 points. Miami hosts Philadelphia in week 2. Reaction. Ross Tucker at Charles Davis at CDAVISEA. Matt Miller at MMILLEREA. Charles Davis at CDAVISEA. Tops. Daniels dismissed from Michigan after another missed practice. Seahawks make it official with KKIME Fairburn. Patriots work out Kansas. Sign Brandon. League entering. New. Options League. News react. Options franchise. User set. League. News. Home you have 7 options. Manage roster is selected. Home you have 9. Rate. Team salaries. Free agents. Entering free agents screen 100 row 63 columns left filter top 100 practice squad all selected player name Jay Williams view player name M Ryan player name M Ryan player name player name C Newton A player name Jay Williams player name K Gainwell F player name N Bodden Dub player name M Jones Jr. Player name N Brown. Player name M Callow. Player name P Brown. LT selected. LG selected. C D, ML CB. Player name A Averett. Player name T Thomas. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen home. Manage staff is selected. Home you have 4 options. Franchise staff is select. Entering staff management screen you have 4 options. Select game day goal. View talent tree. 0 second. 0 second. 2.5. 0 second. 2 0 2 0 second. Player person 0 second 0 second 0 second 2.5 0 second 1/2 0 0 2 slash 0 second 0 second Entering staff management screen, you have 4. Select game day goal. Entering entering franchise hub screen home. Overall rank, top threat. Weekly strategy is selected. Entering regular season week 2 screen. Defend geek pass. Entering regular season week 2 screen. Throw it deep. Throw blitz counter. Entering regular season week 2 screen. Entering weekly strategy regular season week 2 screen, you have 3 options. Weekly gun plan goal is selected. Entering franchise hub screen home. Practice available is select. Upgrade players. Entering player upgrades screen, you have 2 options. Jordan Mailata is selected. You have 6 options. Add pass protector. Add power. Overview. Ratings. Health. Entering progression his motivations / tags. Entering progression history screen, you have 60 options. Health. Ratings. Overview. Stats ampersand contract. Goal. Upgrade. Agile. Pass protector. Agile. Power. You have 5 options. Overview is select. Entering player upgrade. You have 6 options. Upgrade is selected. Power rusher. Speed rusher. Power rusher. Run stopper. Power rusher. You have 5 options. Overview is selected. Entering franchise hub screen home. Practice available. Scout college players is selected.